Hey, how's it going? And welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. I've just finished recording the White Peak English new make, and we're going to move on to Dornoch now. Today we've got Dornoch. I'm just going to try and find it amongst the samples I've got here. Number 2, just let you see that. So that should be Dornoch's new make. So Dornoch's an organic distillery, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure they're organic. So this might be different from the others. I'm not sure how many, other than maybe the Waterford. I think Waterford are organic. In fact, no, I don't think they are all organic, but I'm almost certain Dornoch's exclusively organic. Anyway, I'll get this popped open again using the teeth method. It's quite tight. So there we go. I don't know if is that a pipette that I could kind of pour through. It doesn't, it'd probably take a while. So there's the Dornoch in the glass. Once again, I've got my cheat sheet just to cheat basically. So the first release was July 2017. The first release was November 2020. It was distilled July 2017 and bottled November 2020. It was 893 bottles of their first release. So I didn't get a bottle of that. It was quite exclusive, quite hard to get. It's on auction sites, flipping for absolutely unreal money. I think it was about £95 or something. I thought it was a little expensive for being a 50 cl and only 3-year-old, but that was just my opinion. And it's flipping for some extraordinary value. So we'll see what this is like, and this will give me an insight, and hopefully you guys an insight into what Dornoch whiskey is going to be like in the future. Oh, that's completely different from the White Peak. Quite I want to say meaty. I remember the White Peak on the nose being full. Well, I'm saying I remember it. It was only just 2 minutes ago. For me, it's probably a long while for you, but yeah, it's like meaty rather than full. It's still quite bold. Feels like there's a lot there. But yeah, meaty is the word I'd describe it. I don't think I'd be able to describe it in any other word with regards to its texture and scent. It's so different. I don't know what their difference is, but it's so different from the White Peak. It's a lot better on the nose than the White Peak. The White Peak was nice on the nose, but this is just... What is that? There's something... It's like something cooking in the oven, something warm, something sweet. Like a pie. There's no like fruitiness in the nose as to say like apple or pear or anything like that. It's just like a pie in the oven cooking that, and I mean a baked pie, like a sweet pie, not a meat pie or anything like that. It's like a sweet kind of sugar dusted pie in the oven, getting nice and golden, and that's what's here. Like almost like a, what is it called? Is it a strudel? Is it a strudel? Something like that. That latticed kind of frosted, I don't know what it's called, I'm sure it's a strudel. But yeah, this is what it smells like. It's really fascinating. Yeah, quite nice. Obviously, once again, I feel like I'm going to repeat myself with these new makes. It's young, it's no age. It's not got an age, it's just straight off the still, so it's grassy, it's a little damp. It's obviously pricking the nose hairs, it's attacking them. Putting your nose in the glass isn't really doing much. You definitely need to go above the glass. The palate. Jesus. The nose and the palates are so contrasting. There's such a contrast there. It's just fizzy, sherbety, a little citric, a little citric acid. It's got me confused. I'm probably the worst person to do these new make videos, because you're probably not going to get much from this other than just taking the mick out me, because I don't know what to describe. It's surreal. It's so weird tasting a whiskey at this stage, at this earlier stage. I've had new make before, or I've smelt new make before, and I've really enjoyed it. But actually getting down and sitting to it and trying to explain and trying to think what's in front of you, it's quite bizarre. Varnish, wood varnish, kind of leathery tobacco or something like that. And I'll put a little bit of water in this. I should have brought a pipette, but I'm just gonna. I don't think it really matters at this stage. It's such a high ABV that I don't think I can drown it. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is a fruity character. I don't know what Dornoch are aiming for. In all honesty, I don't know if they're wanting a fruity kind of. They're in the Highlands, so I don't know if they're wanting like a fruity, or are they Speyside? Oh God knows, I'm so stupid. They're somewhere, but I don't know if they're aiming for like a fruity character or if they're wanting like a spicy character. But I'd say this is quite spicy, quite in line with a Highland in a sense, like quite spicy, peppery. I'm definitely getting like a peppery feel on this. So yeah, hopefully my lack of knowledge and my ignorance of Dornoch Distillery and what they're trying to produce and where they're actually located, if they're Highland or Speyside, I'm almost certain they're Highland, they're near Inverness. But hopefully that adds some sort of, I don't know, genuine factor to my presumptions. I'm not sure what they're aiming for, but that's what I think they're aiming for, if you get what I mean. Jesus. Right, so the water has made it a lot more perfumey, definitely. It's aromatic, perfume, lavender. I'm getting lavender for sure. A lot of kind of like it's not herbaceous, it's more botanical. It's more botanical, more floral. Definitely floral is probably the better word. But that lavender, that maybe heather, that's brilliant. That's great on the nose. The palate with the water. I think I might say as well, like, I don't have any tasting notes written down because this is the first time I'm approaching these. So that's why it might be a bit off the cuff. A lot of the times I do write tasting notes down and have a kind of glimpse at them, just so I'm kind of staying on track and not rambling on, because I've got a tendency to do that, as I'm doing right now. But yeah, the palate with the water, preferred it without the water, to be honest. I preferred the right alcoholic presence. I have dumbed it down a little, but there's still that spiciness, that kind of Highland element. It's not at all fruity in the palate. The nose is kind of, with the water, dimmed down and revealed, like I said, a floral aspect, but the palate's softened with the water. The pepper's kind of still there, just maybe dumbed down a bit, and try to see what else I get. It's quite an interesting experience. I'm just going to say that when I can't think of notes, that it's interesting. Like I said, wood varnish. That wood varnish is definitely there, still there. And like I said, yeah, that links back to the leather, the cigar. The leather and the cigar, completely away, but the wood varnish is still very much there. It is spirity. Yeah, it's very spirity, which is probably overpowering a lot of flavours. There's a little bit of, try to think what that would be. I'm just sucking my gums over and over for the kind of remnants of what it is. But it's like, God, what is that? This is I don't know. Alright. It's soapy. I think that's probably a good way to describe it. It's quite waxy. But yeah, soapy, waxy, like a flavoured soap. It is also quite buttery. I don't know if I'm just imagining these and expecting the new make, or expecting whiskey to taste like that, but that is what I'm getting with the water added. A buttery, soapy, waxy experience with the water added. So far, and I will do a rundown of what my favourites are so far. So far, with the two that I've had. The Dornoch's definitely my favourite. I'm intrigued to see what White Peak offer, but the Dornoch is it's very I don't know, it's very typical of like a Highland whiskey. You know, I quite like Highland whiskey. As you know, big fan of Blair Athol, what they do. So I'm looking forward to that, to see if I could get a release of this, a whiskey, get a whiskey off Dornoch. It would be good to try, or purchase obviously. But yeah, fascinating stuff. That's all I've got to say. Once again, I hope this video has been something for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Stuart, this has been Whiskey Whims. I'll see you later.